What is dropshipping? Dropshipping is done by listing and selling products from an online e-commerce store without storing those products yourself. No warehouse overheads, no garage stuffed with stock, and no dud products destined for clearance sales. You create business partnerships with suppliers, who receive orders from your website, package the products, and then send directly to customers on your behalf. You primarily add value through product marketing, customer service, and advertising, and you leave the logistics, storage, packaging, and shipping to the supplier. You'll have to choose the right supplier. We'll cover this later, but once that's done, you don't have to worry too much about logistics. How accomplishes outsourcing work? In view of this fundamental definition, how about we separate how outsourcing functions in somewhat more detail? Generally, there are three gatherings engaged with the outsourcing plan of action of web-based business: you, the retailer, the client, and the provider or maker. The outsourcing procedure, along these lines, can be summarized this way. A client purchases an item on your web-based business site. You send the request data to your outsource provider. The provider picks, packs, and ships the item straightforwardly to the client. Outsourcing experts. Things being what they are, the reason would you pick to make sense of how to begin an outsourcing business, once again an alternate kind of business? In general, outsourcing has become a well-known plan of action since it makes beginning a web-based business straightforward. Delivery is dealt with as it so happens, and adding new items to your inventory is as straightforward as a couple of snaps. Your hazard is limited since you don't need to pay for stock or warehousing, and if the items you sell ever lose prevalence, you can just change them out. Likewise, the forthright expenses are negligible. You just purchase what you realize you can sell, and numerous dropshippers won't charge you an expense to work with them. Besides, dropshippers offer less expensive and more proficient delivery for their sellers than they would some way or another get. All you need to pay for is your web-based business site and web association. At long last, most outsourcing administrations will permit you to give your own marks, so your clients don't have to know you're a dropshipper. Outsourcing cons. Now, outsourcing presumably sounds unrealistic. Lamentably, a great deal of others thought something very similar, which makes the outsourcing business exceptionally serious. As a result of this opposition, the net revenues are low as vendors contend to offer the most minimal costs on mainstream things. This can be an endless loop, as you have to do a great deal of business to make up for your low overall revenues, but you have a ton of rivalry for each deal. You are likewise helpless before the producers or providers you work with, as they have power over satisfaction and returns, yet you need to manage the client. It can likewise be more enthusiastically to construct a brand as a dropshipper, given that you are selling an assortment of other organizations' items. Helpfully, in the event that you were considering maintaining a WordPress item business, these are the very same aptitudes you'd need. Also, as we've just examined, the open door from web-based business is enormous. WordPress is huge, yet online business is greater. You won't invest energy coding an item, however you'll despite everything need to offer an item or items. You'll additionally need to attempt statistical surveying, build up a WordPress site, set up WooCommerce or another internet business module, and afterward stall out into promoting channels from search engine optimization to content advertising. These last advances are indistinguishable from maintaining a WordPress item business. That is the thing that outsourcing is. It's a method of working together which wasn't even conceivable a few years back. Outsourcing is difficult. Similarly, maintaining any business is difficult, yet it's a universe of truly energizing chance. How about we currently investigate a portion of the possible advantages and misfortunes of beginning an outsourcing organization in addition to how to outsource. Go to top. What are the benefits of setting up an outsourcing organization? Past the dream of seeing income move in as you reveal your seashore towel in a distant tropical heaven beach with umbrella, there are endless different advantages to maintaining a far-off outsourcing business. Here are a few focal points in advantageous rundown position. Outsourcing aces. 1. Low arrangement cost. Since you don't need to take care of the expense of assembling your own items or purchase products discount, you can begin selling very quickly, absent a lot of venture, a perfect situation for lean new businesses and new business people with WordPress abilities as of now. 2. Diminish by and large costs. By deciding to outsource, you can reconfigure your gracefully chain to evacuate repetitive expenses and dangers related with heaving physical merchandise across nations and landmasses. You'll be saving money on the cost of cargo administrations, port activities, stockpiling, distribution center representatives, bundling and marking. 3. Increment income. Since you don't stock the item, you won't pay for it until after it's been sold and you've just got an installment for it. 4. Vast stock. Tap into an online flexibly chain and access for all intents and purposes boundless providers around the world. This could likewise mean liquid venture into new regions. 5. Save your time. That's right, we'll state it once more. You're selling and in a perfect world marking and advertising the item, however you're not producing it. In the WordPress world, this is what could be compared to bundling up a current subject or module and including a theme that way. This lets you center around procedure, promoting, and obviously getting sand out of your PC. 6. Do showcase testing progressively. If, regardless of even your savviest advertising endeavors, one of your items despite everything won't offer, having no stock to clear methods, you can expel it from your item offering right away. Make a total separation and continue straightening out your items to constant market request, diverse client personas, opening up important assets. 7. Work anyplace. Expel the connections to any physical area or representatives and add the possibility to work distantly. In fact, this is similarly an advantage of WordPress item organizations, however far off work is as yet extraordinary. Enticed at this point? The upsides are entirely extraordinary, yet they're not the entire story. In light of a legitimate concern for balance, how about we likewise see a few disservices on your approach to figuring out how to begin an outsourcing business? Putting time in your outsourcing business. Bootstrapping and contributing perspiration value to manufacture your business is our suggested approach, particularly for first-time outsourcing business visionaries. We favor this methodology over contributing a huge aggregate of cash for various reasons. You'll figure out how the business works all around, which will be essential for overseeing others as your business develops and scales. You'll personally know your clients and market, permitting you to settle on better choices. You'll be less inclined to spend huge entireties on vanity extends that aren't basic to progress. You'll build up a few new aptitudes that will make you a superior business person. All things considered, a great many people can't leave their place of employment to go through a half-year sloping up their new online store. It might be more testing, yet it's certainly conceivable to begin with outsourcing regardless of whether you're despite everything working a 9-to-5 position, accepting you set fitting assumptions about client support and satisfaction times for your clients. As you begin to develop, you would then be able to progress into working all day on your business's income and benefit permits. All organizations and business visionaries are novel, however it's conceivable to produce a $1,000 to $2,000 month-to-month salary stream inside a year working roughly 10 to 15 hours out of each week assembling your business. Find out additional, the authoritative manual for AliExpress outsourcing. In the event that you have the alternative to chip away at your business full-time, it's the most ideal decision to improve your benefit potential and possibility of outsourcing success. Concentrating every one of your endeavors on advertising is particularly useful in the good, old days when gathering speed is essential. In view of our experience, it will typically take at any rate a year of all-day work with a solid accentuation on showcasing for an outsourcing business to supplant a normal full-time pay of $50,000. It might appear to be a great deal of exertion for a generally little result, yet remember these two things. When your outsourcing business is going, keeping up it will probably require some investment than a 40-hour out of each week work. A lot of your speculation pays off as far as the proficiency and adaptability offered by the outsourcing model. At the point when you fabricate a business, you're making something beyond a salary stream, you're additionally assembling an advantage that you can sell later on. Ensure you consider the value esteem you're accumulating just as the income created when taking a gander at your actual return.